my name is Peter Hill. I am an international career coach and career advisor. I work with mostly mid to senior executives on their career transitions. Here in China, I deploy my expertise across two platforms. One is in my private practice. Second platform would be at Hub International Business School, where I'm the Director of Career Services. And I have this distinct pleasure to work with students from all over the world. I'm originally from the US, from the 50th state in Hawaii, and I surf. I love surfing. I grew up surfing. Don't do any surfing in Shanghai. Otherwise, it's mostly family and friends and a little bit of exercise when I'm here in Shanghai. My one word right now would be dynamic. It's an ever-changing city. It's evolving very, very quickly. Just in the past 6 years since I originally came here, I've seen dozens of skyscrapers pop up out of nothing. I've seen the infrastructure of the city change. The government spent a lot of money on giving the city a facelift. We have this saying, you're having a Shanghai week or a Shanglo week. Have you heard that one before?
I have.
So last week was a Shanghai week, for sure. It was lots of things going right. I don't know what it will be next week. A city like this can test you. It can test your wherewithal. It can test your motivation. It can test your paradigm of the world. But last week it was Shanghai. Last week was a great week. Lots of fun. I wouldn't say it was terribly extreme. I had lived in an Asian city before, but then I moved back to Hawaii. And so to go from that lifestyle and that mindset, and then to come over to a place like Shanghai, which is 23 million people, it's a busy place, it's noisy, it's dynamic, it's exciting, it's challenging. I remember when I got off the airplane 6 years ago and I took a taxi into the city. And I began to look around me at all the cars and all the people and the street vendors and just the whole ecosystem of what was happening around me. It really stressed me out. I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? One of the things I like the best is that every day is different. Back home in Hawaii, when I make a plan before going to bed at night for the next day, usually I will wake up and my plan will pretty much flow the way I had intended. Here in Shanghai, I don't bother thinking about it the night before anymore. The other thing would be the expatriate community. Very, very quickly I developed a network of nice, rich friendships with people from Belgium, Germany, and the UK, and Africa, and literally every corner of the globe. I think this is something that most expatriates here would say would be it's the environment. The air quality is not so good. You're asking a timely question because this week the air quality is not good at all. And I feel it when I breathe. It makes me not want to spend the rest of my life here, for example. Shanghai is a big, gnarly, metropolitan city, which can be quite impersonal. Maybe it's because of where I was raised and where I lived before, which was Hawaii. Hawaii is known as the aloha state. And aloha means hello, and aloha means I love you, and Shanghai definitely has this impersonal side that you have to get used to. It might be a taxi driver, it might be a business meeting, it might be almost getting run over by a bicycle, or whatever it is, where you question, you ask yourself, what am I doing here? Why don't I just go home where I can go surfing every day?
Watch the entire interview on What's It Like TV.
Our interviewee shares personal experience about all aspects of living abroad.
For example, what's it like to integrate and make friends?
What's it like at work and in business?
What's it like to live in the city?
What's it like to bring a partner and kids?
We have prepared for you hundreds of candid real-life accounts of expatriates who are actually there.
It is almost as if you call them directly.
So see you on What's It Like TV and get all your answers before you move.